destroyed my family to climb the ladder, so I tore down everything he loved, piece by piece. Richard was the kind of man who smiled like he'd invented the sun, polished, slick, and about as trustworthy as a snake oil salesman with a LinkedIn account. From the moment he showed up, wearing his designer suits and that fake charm, I knew he was trouble. Not the "I'll steal your lunch" kind, but the "I'll steal your entire life and make you beg for scraps" kind. My family's business was everything. It was my father Robert's dream, built with more grit and sleepless nights than anyone cared to count. Mom, Anne, was the backbone, the woman who kept the books balanced and the staff sane. Richard wasn't just some outsider brought in to help grow the company. He was a parasite masquerading as a partner, slowly poisoning the business from within while smiling to our faces. And when he finally stabbed us with forged documents, lies, and backstabbing corporate tricks, he kicked my parents out like yesterday's trash. Just like that, my family went from respected owners to bitter ghosts on the sidelines. But losing everything, that didn't break me. It sharpened me. I watched Richard carefully, every habit, every weakness, every person who mattered to him. I wasn't just plotting revenge, I was writing his obituary. Phase 1, Vanessa, Richard's wife. A woman so polished on the outside that you'd swear she was carved from marble, but inside she was starving for attention and love. Years of neglect had turned her into a cocktail of loneliness and desperation. Wine glasses and late-night true crime documentaries became her best friends. She deserved better than Richard, and I made damn sure she found it. When I met Vanessa, I played the long game. I wasn't just a rebound. I was the first person in years who truly listened. I laughed at her terrible puns, remembered her favorite flower, and made her feel alive in ways Richard never could. 2 months later, I was the reason she woke up smiling, not the ghost of a man who treated her like a trophy. Phase 2, Emily. Then there's Emily, Richard's daughter, 22, wild as a storm with that perfect mix of anger and vulnerability. She hated her father with every fiber, but like most daughters of monsters, she didn't know how to escape his shadow. Our paths crossed at one of Richard's pointless charity galas, the kind where rich people pretend to care. She was the only person not wearing a mask, the only one who looked like she wanted to burn it all down. One dance turned into secret texts, late-night calls, and stolen moments. When she found out about Vanessa and me, she didn't care. Maybe it was the thrill of sticking it to Richard. Maybe it was because, for once, someone saw her, not just as the rich girl, but as Emily. Long story short, Vanessa and Emily are both pregnant with my kids. Yeah, it's complicated, messy, and absolutely delicious. Phase 3, the charity collapse. Richard loved that charity like it was his halo, his way of proving he was more than a backstabbing suit. So I dismantled it, hacked donor lists, leaked secret meetings, and exposed the fake smiles behind all those good deeds. Turns out, a lot of those donations were just money laundering with better lighting. Within weeks, the charity was drowning in scandals. Donors vanished, legal troubles piled up, and Richard's saintly image crashed harder than his stock prices. Phase 4, reputation. What reputation? Richard's LinkedIn was his personal shrine, full of buzzwords, endorsements, and self-congratulations. I tore that apart, piece by piece. Audio clips of drunken rants, texts where he bragged about screwing over clients, and whispers of affairs all went public. His so-called friends stopped returning calls. Companies ghosted job applications faster than you can say corporate Judas. Richard went from kingpin to the guy everyone avoided at parties. Phase 5, Kevin, the right-hand man. Kevin was Richard's trusted consigliere, loyal, dumb, and desperately eager to please. I played the perfect game, whispered the truths Richard wouldn't admit, gave Kevin a taste of power, and then watched him turn on his master like a puppet cutting its strings. Now, Kevin is the ghost haunting Richard's every move. Paranoia doesn't even cover it. Phase 6, the mansion's slow death. Richard's mansion was his fortress, a monument to greed and stolen power. I didn't blow it up, that would be too easy. Instead, I watched it rot. I bribed contractors to cut corners, made sure the wiring was a fire hazard, and let mold grow like weeds in the cracks. Every creak and drip in that house was a reminder of Richard's crumbling empire, a prison with no escape. And here's the cruelest twist. While Richard falls apart, Vanessa and Emily aren't just my trophies, they're family. I fell for them, both of them, in ways I didn't expect. Villains get hearts too, just with a little more blood on them. Richard, he's left with nothing. No business, no reputation, no family. Just a lonely mansion filled with silence and the ghosts of his lies. So yeah, Richard destroyed my family to climb the ladder. I tore down everything he loved to build something better. And unlike him, I don't just take what I want, I take it all. And when they ask where Richard went, I'll just smile and say, oh, he's somewhere between a broken man and a cautionary tale.